We made 10 gallons of beer, split it into 2 kegs. One keg we carbonated with CO2, the other keg we put on nitro gas. In this video, we're gonna taste both and let you know the difference. But before that, what is nitro beer? A lot of people watching this video are probably already aware that beer is typically carbonated with CO2, but nitro beer is actually treated with something called beer gas, which is not pure nitrogen. It's actually a mixture of roughly 70% nitrogen and 30% CO2. It seems natural for CO2 to be used to carbonate and serve beer. After all, yeast actually produce CO2 while creating alcohol during the fermentation process. But why nitrogen? Where did its use originate from? Well, for a lot of people, Guinness Irish Stout is synonymous with nitro beer, and there's a reason for that. A mathematician hired by Guinness actually created nitrogenated beer. It was done as a way to mimic the feel of a cask beer without the downsides associated with the cask beer process. And I don't want to get too far into the weeds on the history of cask and nitro beer here, mostly because I really don't know what I'm talking about. But I'm going to give it a shot anyway because some of the history is really interesting and it actually explains why nitrogen was used to make beer like Guinness taste the way it does. So cask beer is beer that is naturally conditioned in a cask and pulled with a pump, also known as a beer engine, from the cask, as opposed to being pushed by high pressure gas. Additionally, at the time that nitrogen beer was created by Guinness, cask beer tended to go stale fairly quickly due to the fact that as the liquid was pumped out of the casks, oxygen was sucked in to replace it. Those who brew beer know that oxygen and finished beer do not mix. Oxygenation of finished beer makes it taste like cardboard, literally. This meant that casks had to be emptied fairly quickly to avoid financial loss from ruined beer. So this is ultimately one of the primary factors that led to the transition from casks to kegs. Kegs are pressurized by gas, which pushes beer through the lines and out of the tap. The Guinness team discovered that if beer was nitrogenated as opposed to carbonated, it would have a mouthfeel more similar to cask beer. And because nitrogen is inert, it also would not react with the beer and cause it to go stale. So congratulations, you made it through my hastily researched and haphazardly recounted history of nitro beer. Now, let's move on to drinking these two styles of beer, which I will likely be better at. To help me scientifically document the differences between CO2 and nitro beverages, I recruited 2 of my favorite day drinking beer analysts and poured them each 2 pints of alcoholic bliss on a random Tuesday afternoon. Again, this is a split batch of the same beer. Half was put on nitro, the other half on CO2.
Should we double cheers?
I think so.
Double cheers? Yeah. To me, just from a taste standpoint, this tastes sweeter. I don't really get a lot of sweetness on the CO2 pour.
It's not crisp like the CO2. I feel like the CO2 drinks like a lager. It's really crisp. It just comes across a little bit just smoother. I mean, you can just pound them. The nitro.
In terms of the smoothness, the smoothosity is very high with this one.
Less carbonation equals more poundability.
Yeah. You're going all the way to Pound Town.
Pound Town, baby.
You're running for elected office in Pound Town with one of these.
That's the slogan too when you're running for office.
Pound me.
Does it do anything to the aroma?
Man, I'm getting way more roast off the CO2. Significantly roastier from my nose. This is a little bit more muted. It's definitely like, I don't taste nearly as much of the roasty toasty or the hops. A little bit more muted, a little more subdued. I honestly think like if you blindfolded me, well, I know if someone blindfolded me, put both these down in front of me, I'd probably think they're 2 different beers, even though they're like pretty similar. I think they're different enough that
Completely different beers.
I would probably think they may be different beers. I just feel like the mouthfeel is completely different and the flavor is quite a bit different.
Yeah, the flavor is different.
And there you have it. CO2 tends to be more aromatic and bitter and has a more crisp or sharp taste, while nitrogen beer has a creamy mouthfeel and tends to accentuate malts and suppress the flavor of hops. One last point I'll make is that we learned an unexpected lesson during this experiment, which is that some recipes are better suited for CO2 and others definitely taste better on nitro. In the past, we'd brew a dark beer, and if the nitro tap was free, we'd throw it on there. But this beer was honestly much better on CO2. It was our Forbidden Black Lager recipe, which is very dark but also very light. And the CO2 complemented this much better than the nitro. We've done other really cool nitro beer projects, and if you haven't seen them yet, they're conveniently placed right here on the screen for you to click on with minimal effort. A lot of them were actually really good, so just move the pointer or your finger. And are you still watching? I gotta go, so just click on one. I gotta go. Thanks for watching, see ya.